Hey everybody, John from Slash Bash coming at you with another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. In this video I'm trying something new, a mix of 6 fun stories that are all a bit shorter than usual, bite-sized. My short but sweet compilation, volume number 1. Let's jump right in. Story time. So first of all, just to say, my friend talked me into this. Normally, I don't like pointing fingers at people for misbehaving, but this one seems to fit the mood here. So anyways, I was moving flats a week or two ago, and being a geek, I had a lot of tech that needed to be tossed, but it could still be used for someone. So I piled everything that is 100% working in 2 big plastic bags. There were laptops, phones, spare PC parts. I think I tossed in a working iPhone 5C as well. After a little while, my neighbors told me that his friend's son was interested. Being in a hurry, I agreed with him that he takes those bags away and pays later. Boy, was I in for a treat. Not only did that little brat refuse to pay for it, 20 euros, he threatened to call the police for harassing a 17-year-old. Of course, I told his dad, and he paid for it, and everything went quiet until recently when the little brat had the audacity to ask if I had more parts so he can upgrade his rig. I just hope he gets a good smack from his parents and that you have been entertained by reading this. Choosing Beggar doesn't want free candy next to free candy she doesn't like. There was a small jar of free, bite-sized candy in the break room at my work, an assortment of maybe 10 to 15 different kinds. Choosing Beggar just asked the person who fills the jar to please stop buying the variety packs with Whoppers in them, because Choosing Beggar doesn't like Whoppers. Donor recipient wanted pizza with toppings. This takes place in the local pizza sub shop I frequented for 30 years. A customer is talking to the owner. There looks to be about a dozen pizzas. The owner helps the customer with the pizzas to her car. The owner comes back in shaking his head. I ask what's up. He says, I donated 12 pizzas for the church preschool around the corner. The woman came to pick up, asked why the pizzas were only cheese. It would have been nice for some toppings. Guess, he replied. Thought a dozen pizza donation to save $100 was a nice offer. If it's not good enough, ask elsewhere next year. I would have been ticked and said, okay, get the flip out. I'll throw them away. I think I would snap if I owned a business when even donations are not good enough. No good deed goes unpunished, I figure. Sister sits in the cold rather than accept the wrong type of heaters. Several winters ago, my sister, let's call her Choosing Beggar, through her own pretty irresponsible behavior, managed to get herself and her 3 children evicted from their home. Through the charity of family and church members, Choosing Beggar finds religion every time she's in a tight spot, she was able to move into another home. The home she moved into, however, didn't have heat, and Choosing Beggar didn't have the money to purchase space heaters. Our kind uncle offered to help by installing for free several electrical heating units that he had. Choosing Beggar would have had to pay only for the miscellaneous electrical supplies. At some point, Choosing Beggar learns that kind uncle also had a few wall-mounted natural gas heating units in storage. She quickly informed kind uncle that she did not want the electric units and that she would only accept the gas units. Kind uncle explained to her that the gas units were very expensive and were for a contracting job. Choosing Beggar pitched a fit and said she wanted the gas units or nothing at all. Of course, she expected kind uncle to cave and give her what she wanted. After all, she had 3 small kids that would freeze over the winter. Kind uncle called her bluff and told her to get stuffed. So Choosing Beggar found herself in the middle of winter with the only source to heat her entire house, an old kerosene heater someone had given her. It remained her only heat source for the next 3 years. Of course, she told anyone who would listen how stingy and unhelpful her family had been. Like most choosing beggars and entitled people, nothing is ever her fault. Sometimes it's cultural, I guess. A few quick notes. UM is for Ugandan mother, and HS is for hairstylist. My household currently is host to a Ugandan family who is moving to the US to escape an impending civil war. Overall, they're lovely people, but the culture shock has been a bit much in some ways for them. The other day, the mother was calling around town to get her hair done. I hadn't been listening until I came downstairs to make my lunch. As I was preparing my sandwich, I overheard her conversation. It went something like this. Hello, yes, I would like, insert complicated hair weave style. That'll be $200. No, that is way too much money for just hair. I'll do $100. The woman on the other end of the phone exploded. I kid you not, she was yelling so loudly into the phone that Ugandan mother had to pull it away from her ear. She gave me this look like, wow, this lady is crazy, before saying back, no, calm yourself. I'll do $125. The hairstylist proceeded to hang up on her. Ugandan mother looked shocked, taken aback by this behavior. I said to her, Ugandan mother, when someone names a price on their services, you can't negotiate. What? Prices are set here usually. Like, you can't barter prices. If someone says they want $200 to do their hair, they usually won't go any lower. And it's considered disrespectful to ask them to. After a minute of what I said sinking in, Ugandan mother seemed utterly stunned by this revelation. She looked down at her phone and cried, "That's why no one agreed to do my hair!" I kinda laughed, but having worked in customer service, I felt absolutely terrible for the poor hairstylists she had been harassing all afternoon. I think she's learned her lesson now and has realized that negotiating usually doesn't fly in my area of the US. Had my first experience of choosing Beggar. I run a digital marketing PR agency, and with a lot of hard work, I've managed to get to a point where I do work for public figures. I never boast or post it anywhere. One of my unique selling points is that I keep it quiet. One of the public figures kindly shouted out my agency 2 days ago on their social media, out of nowhere, and I was flattered and of course thrilled. I log onto my Facebook and see a message from someone I haven't spoke to since school. Someone who was pretty horrible to me and essentially bullied me. The message says, "I saw you work for blank. Hook a girl up with VIP tickets to her show in March, hon. My daughter loves her and it would make her 8th birthday perfect. I can't afford to pay for them, but I'm sure you get them free. Lol. 5 tickets would be perfect. Kisses." Feel quite shocked and flustered and can't believe these people are real. Valentines flowers at Costco. So today, I, a 43-year-old female, was shopping at Costco, just odds and ends. Being Valentine's Day, they had large end caps of flowers. I decided to buy myself a bouquet of roses, $15 for 2 dozen. 2 young boys picked a bouquet and presented it to their mom, soon to be choosing Beggar. Mom first says put them back because they'll stink up the house. Kids insist. Mom then says they can't afford it because one of the boys lost his mittens this week. Kids seem heartbroken. Older boy cries. So I go through checkout and have them do a separate order and rescan my flowers, then bring the paid slip to the boys and mom. "Hey, here's my gift to you today, all paid for. Just show the receipt at the register when you go through." "Oh, that's so nice, but can you return it and buy the bigger arrangement?" $30. That's the one your boys picked out. But the larger one is what I deserve, and it's only a little more. If you don't want the roses, I can give them to someone else. What about a bag of chocolate and the smaller bouquet? No. Have a nice day. I walk 5 feet over, noticed another mom and kids make the same gesture, received a big hug, and was on my way. This has been John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit the subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like and share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.